Importing an entire file from Word was presented in the last lecture, but let's say you only want to copy some selected text blocks into Scrivener. You can do so by copying the text from a different app and pasting it into Scrivener. To accomplish this, you may exit Scrivener by tapping the Home button and then tap on the other app from where you want to copy text. This may be another app such as Evernote or Word. Enter that app, select the text you want to copy, and select Copy and exit the app by tapping on the Home button. Then go back into Scrivener and paste it. This approach will work on all iOS devices. But a much more efficient workflow is using the split screen mode on some of the newer iOS devices, such as the iPad Pro 9.7 I am currently using to develop this course, and iOS 11 with the new expanded dock. This approach provides another app to be open at the same time as Scrivener and easily copy and paste or drag information from the other app into Scrivener. This is much more efficient than going back and forth between Scrivener and the other app, especially if you are going to copy several text blocks into Scrivener. Split screen will only work though for the newer devices such as the iPad Pros or Air, 5th generation iPads, and the newer iPad minis. It will not work with the older devices. For those, you need to open and close each app as shown at the beginning of this lecture. But if you do have a newer device, you should use split screen in the iOS 11 expanded dock to bring selected text into Scrivener, as it is far easier. If you are a Mac user, you will notice a lot of similarity with the Mac dock. By using split screen mode, you have both apps open at the same time and can work in both, making it easy to repeatedly copy from one and paste into the other. You also have the ability to easily drag information from another app into Scrivener, but only limited apps support dragging between apps at the release of iOS 11. I expect more will provide this support over time. Split screen mode has been available on the newer iPads since iOS 9, but has really improved with iOS 11 by providing an expanded dock capable of holding up to 13 apps permanently and concurrently. Additionally, the most recent used apps are accessible from the dock in addition to the ones you have selected to permanently reside there. You can actually hold many more apps in the dock by using apps within folders and placing folders in the dock. However, when using Scrivener, I am usually looking to find text, images, or links to place within Scrivener, so I make sure Safari, Evernote, Photos, and Files are in my dock. These are all I really need. To get these or other apps into the dock, just press and hold the app down until it expands a little bit, signifying it has been selected, then drag it into the dock and release. So you are working in Scrivener and you realize you need to copy some information from another app. How do you do this? Fortunately, the dock can be displayed from within Scrivener without having to use the Home button to exit Scrivener and get to it. Just swipe up from the bottom of the screen. If you want to hide the dock display to continue working in Scrivener, just tap anywhere within Scrivener again. Make sure not to swipe up too far or you will display all open apps in the control panel. If that happens, just tap on the Scrivener app and it reverts to full screen. Okay, let's swipe just a little now to display the dock. Once the dock is displayed, all you need to do is select the app you want to use with Scrivener. In this case, it is Evernote. So tap and hold down on Evernote, and when the size expands just slightly, drag the app to the left or right of the screen alongside Scrivener, or even leave it on top of Scrivener. The second app can either sit to the left or right of Scrivener or on top of Scrivener. I usually like to place the second app to sit side by side with Scrivener on the right side. I use the split screen and multitasking feature a lot, not only for copying text into Scrivener, but also for easily placing images and links. For now, we'll show you how to insert text, and in an upcoming lecture, we'll use split screen mode to insert photos and website links. When we in-dock Evernote, it is displayed with the last note that was open. This may not be the note we want to copy. Tap on the Evernote back arrow to go to the list of all notes, and tap on Wind Note to open it. You can select the text you want to copy by tapping in the note and tapping again, and when the command line is displayed, tap Select All, then Copy. Then position the cursor where you want to paste the text in Scrivener. Pretty nice, eh? But check this out. It's even better. You do not need to enter the note or select the text to copy it. From the note menu itself, just hold down on the note you want to copy and drag it into Scrivener where you want to place it. And almost like magic, all the text is positioned exactly where you wanted it. Unfortunately, this currently does not work for dragging files from the File app, Dropbox, Word, WordPress blogs, or any other app that I have found so far. You can still use the copy and paste method though for any of those by entering the file, selecting the text, and then copying and pasting it. But easily dragging a file or note only works with Evernote, at least currently. But this is still very handy as many writers use Evernote for their research, outlining their thoughts, and capturing ideas. Therefore, if there was one app where I would find this handy for a Scrivener user, it would be Evernote. I expect more apps, however, will support dragging the entire file in the future. We showed how to copy and paste text from Evernote, but you can do the same thing with Word, Pages, or any other text documents you are working with. In many situations, this can be a lot quicker for getting selected text blocks into Scrivener than using the import process as shown in the last lecture and having to delete what you do not need. Importing text as explained in the last lecture is great when you want to import an entire document, but copying and pasting is much better when you want to input selected blocks of text. I find using the split screen mode for inserting text into Scrivener with the expanded doc capability to be a real asset when collecting text from a variety of sources and getting it into Scrivener. So if you have a newer iPad, take advantage of it, and if you do not, this may be the time to consider an upgrade.